Oh yes, so no ye wanna wash na na. Eri Biafra mana o. Prime Minister Simon Ekpa Obamomo. The spirit of Biafra is upon me. That is why I am offering this song to our Prime Minister Simon Ekpa in Urobo dialect and Isoko. Mazina de Kano. Lucky star is sinking Udogu, Ekpa. Amorotomo agbada bururu. Amorotomo agbada bururu. Excellency Simon Ekpa. Nieruwe yo withrowe salon. Puro with the sendo. The freedom you brought you were for us. Bisoko with the sendo. No. Amorotomo agbada guru. PM Simon Joko. You have done so much for us. I am shedding tears of joy. Your tide cannot be seen easily. I search around the whole world, the greatest freedom fighter. We, the Robo and Isuku, we appreciate you awesome. Amorotomo agbada gururu. Worry sister say you are so good, you are so wonderful. Clara Dimu say you are so good. Amorotomo agbada gururu. Helen Peter say you are so good. That is the truth. Patricia Robo say you are so good. Amorotomo agbada gururu. Bisoko with the sendo. What a wonderful man. The good guy. It's only the fool that we hate him. And I know those who are sitting at the fence in this Biafra struggle, they will not learn. Maybe they will learn in the grave. Urobisoko with the sendo. The freedom you brought to do well for us. Worry sister say you are so good. Urobisoko with the sendo. Clara Dim say you are so good. Anna Wabada Guru. Amorotomo agbada guru. Amorotomo agbada guru. Urobisoko with the sendo. Urobisoko with throw a salute. Even lucky star in the sendo. You do well, with the sendo. You do well, we salute you, we throw a salute. Patricia Urobo say you are so good, you are so good. Amorotomo agbada guru. I am in tears of joy. For your good work cannot be quantified. Oh, Amorotomo Agbada Guru. Ewo, Isuko Bijise.
I want those of you who are hardcore, those who were chosen before you were born. There were some people who were chosen before they were born to agitate for Biafra restoration. This is the message for you. Those who from their mother's womb were born. Do this very well. You must be very, very strong.
When the Boroku, Nijimwero Mwekumu Biafra. When the Siputa, Makamwero Mwekanyinaga. Biko Kulien, Ogeruo. Biko Kulien, Iye Jamalike, Ogeruo. Oh, when the Boroku, Makamwero Wangi. Oh, when the Buruchekwa, Makamwero Wewu Biafra. Biko Kulien, Ogeruo. Biko Kulien, Iye Jamalike, Ogeruo. The spirit of Biafra, Biko Kulien, Ogeruo. When the Biafra Gideon, Ogeruo. Oamadike no na donjon, Mugebweki Eremeyae. Odike, Mosike Rurajobalike. Biko Kulien, Ogeruo. Biko Kulien, Iye Jamalike, Ogeruo. The Prime Minister of Biafra Republic government in exile, Master Simon M. It want to smooth to sleep Gabaniru Naibu. Never had a for my Ebudo. Oh, Guinea. Master Simon Epa, Emesu Wonkokwere, Onyendu. Iye Jamadi Keruo, Imokwa Simon Epa Wuchie. Iye Jamadi Keruo, Simon Epa Watakatabo. Ojuda Kwenyi, Mwikwere Onyendu Kine Betata. I will follow you, I will follow you, I will follow you, never look back. I will follow you, Prime Minister Veronin, and you got one who got I will follow you, and I will follow you, I will follow you, The question is this: if Nigerian government failed to organize referendum for children of Biafra, are you ready to lead us to do anything in order to get freedom from Biafra? And I'm going to be number one to follow you. If you are looking for 100 men, you will find 50 in me. Okwe Bucharangwe, Master Simon Epa, or Guinea.
Master Simon Epa, Biko, GC, Kaka, Nobu, Atakata, Kaina, Bogi. Ojuda Uweyi, Kwibolo Yendu, Gine Menata.
I am 50 men, oh yes, and I said, promise. I will follow you, I will follow you, I will follow you, never look back. I will follow you, Prime Minister Veronin, and you got one who got I will follow you, and I will follow you, I will follow you. Omadike Biafra, Dahi Boroka Biarole. Iye Jamadike Ro, Biafra Republic government Awuchie. Iye Jamadike Ro, Commander General Lekwechiri. General Buduso, Sona Atakatawo. Commander Holy Ghost, Okonyendu Borokunu Nazatata. Biko Kulien, Ogeruo. Biko Kulien.
ndu ya wechacha maka Biafra. Wero putara anyị onye ndu Simon Eba
Witness me, I want to remain in the spirit because we must worship heaven. We answer your name, O Lord of hosts. Everything about us is designed to offer glory unto thee. We have atoned for our sins last year. This very year we have not only atoned for our sins, we have sealed, we have shed blood, they have shed our blood. We have let our sacrifice be made unto thee. Even on the 30th of August, as we are being felled by the bullets of the enemy, by the workers of iniquity and of darkness, we remain very strong today to beckon upon thee, to ask you for your mercy and for your grace, to ensure that your kingdom is restored upon the face of the earth, that you can bring your healing hand to bear upon the life of those of them that you created for one singular purpose, and that purpose alone, which is to worship you in truth and in every honesty. Is there any way that we have erred? Is there any way that our ancestors may have sinned? We confess before a congregation of the whole of humanity to ask you, oh Lord of hosts, to have mercy on us. You must have mercy upon us. We have suffered enough. We have been subjugated enough. We have been tortured enough. We have been imprisoned enough. We did not do these people anything. Our only crime is to answer your name. Our only crime is to be born your children. Our only crime is to excel at everything that we place our hands into. Our only crime is to exhibit your glory and your blessing, which manifestedly is upon our lives every blessed day. That is why they want to kill us. That is why the British want to join those of them who don't know you to destroy your creation and your inheritance. You will not allow shame to befall your name. You will not allow the enemies to triumph over the lives of your children, because you created us to exist, to worship, to honor, and to praise you. That is exactly what we are going to do when this Biafra comes. It will come in truth and in every honesty, because we remain every blessed day whiter than white and whiter than snow. Is there any way that we have sinned that you cannot forgive us our trespasses, to enable us to fulfill your own word, which was spoken thousands of years ago, that instead of what you promised not to come to pass, that heaven and earth will cease to exist? You opened your mouth to bless mankind to the coming of Yahweh Yeshua, who came here and said, let your kingdom come on earth as it is in heaven. Those words can never be in vain, because they are anchored upon your holiness and your magnificence. That is why in the end we know that Biafra will come, that these children that we have given birth to all over the world, and their children, and their children, and their children, as long as they give birth to them and they are Biafrans, they will worship you in truth and honesty. Through this very work we are doing, mankind will come to understand you. Let your miracle be wrought in our lives. Let us witness and behold your magnificence, your holiness, your mystery, and your grace. Under our command, O Lord of hosts, we call upon you. We call upon you to heal. We call upon you to provide succor to those of them who are inconsolable. We ask you to come and strengthen those who are weak. We ask you to restore hope where there is hopelessness. We ask you for inclusion where there is destitution. We ask you for one brotherhood, one camaraderie, one bone, one blood, and one flesh of your children. The Efiks and the Bibios, the Izon, the Shekiri, the Isobos, and also those of them from Isoto. We are traveling all the way to the lands of Igala. We are moving on from there to Idoma, to Igede, to the territories of the Igbo land. All these places we dedicate unto thee. All these lands of yours, we ask you to cover it with your mercy, because Biafra will come, and when it does, we will dance on the streets. I'm telling you, by the time that we are done, humanity will think that we are mad, we are drunk in your glory, and rightfully so, because your kingdom will come to rest upon this very earth. That very kingdom is the unadulterated, non-negotiable sovereignty of the Republic of Biafra, that your will may be fulfilled in our time. All this we pray, all this we ask for, in no other name apart from that name that belongs to you. He said,
Biafra Republic! Biafra Republic!
Welcome, 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 welcome. Thank you so much for joining me on this morning section of the program. I appreciate everyone that has connected to this program wherever you are connecting from. If you are joining us from the TikTok, or you're joining from Facebook, or you're connecting me from YouTube where I'm hosting the program, I welcome you. Welcome everyone that has connected to join us on this morning section. May Chukwu and protect every one of you. Fellow Biafrans that are watching this program, wherever you are watching, or people of the world, lovers of freedom who are watching this program, when you come across this program for the very first time, I want you to understand that this very platform is a platform that is under the Biafran government. This is a platform under the command of our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa, and on the Supreme Command of Mazi Nandeka. In this very platform, we do not come here to instigate violence. We don't come here to preach hate. We don't come here to attack individuals or people. We do not come here for saga. We do not come here to attack any race or religion. What we do in this platform is to bring the plight of Biafrans before the whole world. What we do here is to encourage Biafrans across the world to continue to stand up for their freedom, continue to hold onto their legitimate right for freedom, right for self-determination, right for self-defense, and right to life. These are rights that you must not joke with. International law supports every of these rights. African Human and People's Rights Law supports it. Even the Zoological Republic of Nigerian law supports it. But when it comes to the issue of Biafra, they make you hate your freedom. They make you feel as if you are committing a crime. That is why we are here today to remind you that whatever you are doing genuinely under the Biafran government today for the restoration of independence of Biafra is your right. Continue to do it even more. Don't allow anybody to talk you down from pursuing your freedom. Today, under our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa, the Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of Biafra, the restoration of Biafra is a must. It is not a must because we are just saying it online. It is not just by my word. From the things that is happening and from the steps the government of Biafra is taking, it is going to happen before your own eye. Whether you believe in it or you don't believe in it, it doesn't really matter to us anymore. We don't care what you believe or what you don't believe. In this platform, every morning when we come, we encourage Biafran people to continue to focus on the restoration of Biafra. As I said before, if you are standing against the Biafran people, against our freedom, we are going to stand against you. If you are one of those who is being sponsored to fight against Biafrans, you are going to lose the battle, and I bet you we are going to run you over. What we are doing on this platform is to encourage Biafrans and speak the truth and nothing but the truth. Make revelations on what is happening in Biafra land and the war the Nigerian government is waging on Biafran people, because no conventional media is reporting the war going on in Nigeria. You will not hear it in any conventional media, not even in the international media. You can't get it. But on social media, we try as much as we can to expose this genocide that is happening in Nigeria. Even though we are not permitted to share most of the videos on social media, because the social media network has their restrictions. There are certain things we cannot share. But with the little opportunity we have, we can share those we can be able to share. For those of you who are very doubtful and you want to see evidence on picture and video plus audio, I will encourage you to go and follow the Prime Minister of Biafra, Republic of Nigeria, on X. When you follow him on X, you are going to see video evidence of every single thing I'm about to say, picture evidence, and backups that you need. And I bet you, after scrolling through that very platform, your thought will never remain the same. The responsibility to restore Biafra lies on the shoulders of every Biafran. When I talk about Biafra, I mean the old southeastern region, which comprises of the present South-South, Southeast, Lower Benue, and Lower Kogi. This is the area we are talking about. Biafra comprises of so many nations. And all these nations in this territory are Biafrans. They know themselves. These are people that have the same value system, the same lifestyle. That is what they have. They see themselves in each other. It does not matter how you deny this fact. It doesn't matter how you continue to pretend and answer any name you wish to answer. Go ahead. Call yourself anything you want to call yourself in that territory. But I want you to know that your forefathers recognize you as a Biafran. The government of Biafra recognizes you as a Biafran. Today in that territory, we have different tribes, we have different ethnic groups, we have different tongues in the territory of Biafra. And when we mention Biafra, we include every one of them. No one is exempted. As long as you are located in this very area, your mother is tying 2 pieces of wrapper, you are part of it. We have the Ijos, we have the Efik, the Ibibio, the Ibankes, we have the Igbos, and we have so many other tribes of that very area. They are all included when we talk about Biafra. And this is the nation that we are speaking about when we talk about the Biafran government. Today, the government of Biafra, under the command of our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon, has the mandate of the people in this territory to stand, speak for them, and make sure that they exit the contraption called Nigeria. You might not like it. You might be angry about it, but that does not change the fact. We have conducted a safe, successful self-referendum that is still ongoing as we speak. While the self-referendum is going on, already we have gotten more than 50 million votes on that self-referendum of people who we feel on their own have said they are tired of the Zoological Republic and they have given the mandate to Biafran governments to go ahead and exit them from the zoo. These people are from the old southeastern region, which today comprises of 40 new states, 40 states. That is what we have in Biafra land as it stands today. 40 states. These states were not created by anybody, not by any region, not by any organization. It is the people themselves that came together, created their state, and formed the environment and formed their map. And these maps were put together to get the Biafra map we have today. This is a typical example of the government of the people, by the people, and for the people. The people of Biafra came together to give what you have today as the map of Biafra. And for some of you who have not seen the map, I urge you to go to the platform of our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon. Scroll down, you're going to see the map. It was not drawn by Mazi Simon. It was drawn by people in those locations in Biafra land by themselves, and they submitted their maps, and the government of Biafra put it together to present the map we have today. 50 million votes still counting is not a joke. As we speak today, being Friday, that same vote is still going on in Biafran territory. The final result of the vote is going to come out during the convention that is going to take place November, December. In that convention, the final result will be pronounced. After the pronunciation of the final result, on the 2nd of December to be precise, the declaration of the restoration of independence of Biafra will be made. This is a signed deal, a done deal, and there is nothing anybody can do about it. The earlier you begin to accept the fact that Biafra has come, the better for you. And the more you continue to deny the fact that Biafra has come, the more heartache you have, and the more you expose yourself to danger. Coming 2nd of December 2024, the declaration of the restoration of independence of Biafra will be made, and Biafra territory will be defended. Wherever you are, in that contraption called Nigeria, if you are a Biafran, by now you should know where you belong. If you choose not to be part of the Biafra, nobody is going to force you. We practice true democracy. Nobody is going to force you. At your own wish, you are free to go and nationalize any place you wish. If you want to nationalize in Arewa or in Ududua, or in your own Nigeria, or anywhere in the world, it is allowed. Nobody's going to force you against your will. Feel free, but for Biafra, after the declaration, Biafran territory will be defended. For those of you today who think that it's still a joke, who think that it's still online issue, I am sorry to disappoint you. We have gone past that. That is why most times we do not respond to some idiocy. Today, as we speak, it is Monday. And you know, Monday is a very important day in this era of the restoration of the independent state of Biafra. From the kidnapping of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu till date, Monday has become a very, very strong, recognized day. The whole world knows about it. It is a day that the Biafrans come together and they speak in a loud voice and demand the unconditional release of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. Demand the unconditional release of every political prisoner of Biafra in Biafran territory. It is a day we speak loud on the delegitimization of the zoological republic in Biafran territory. It's a day that will showcase the legitimization of Biafra government in Biafran territory. Today being Monday, if you want to know if Biafra government have legitimacy, go to Biafra land today. You will see for yourself. And today is exceptional because it is added with lockdown. The lockdown of Nigerian government institution in Biafran territory is still ongoing. Today is the 20th day of that action. The 20th day of the lockdown of every institution of the zoo in Biafran territory. There was a series of warning before we got here. Some of you took it for a joke. Even up to now, some of you still think it's a joke. I have nothing to tell you. We know there will be those Thomas who want to see before they believe. But pray that after seeing what you want to see, that you'll be alive to tell the story. Biafran territory is locked down as we speak. Every government institution in Biafran territory, Nigerian government institution, it will continue for 30 good days. Today is the 20th day. And you can see the result coming out right, left, and center. Even when the zoo have refused to speak about it or talk about it, it does not change the fact that something is happening. For those who are paying attention, they understand where we are. They know that the game has changed. For those who understand where we are, who are paying attention, even those who are pretending, they know where we are today. Nigerian government can no longer know sleep. They understand the language very clear. Those in Asorok are confused. They hear the language, but they will never understand. And I bet you, the end of the zoo has come. Whether you like it or you don't like it, whether you believe it or don't believe it, it doesn't really matter to us anymore. We are focused on the restoration of Biafra And that is what we're going to pursue. Today being the 20th day of the lockdown, and they sit at home to demand for the unconditional release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, Biafrans are doing the needful. And as we speak, the Prime Minister of Biafra, Republic of Nigeria, is doing exploits every blessed day. The government of Biafra is recording success in all ramifications. We are recording success diplomatically, we are recording success politically, and we are recording success in an armed struggle. There is success right, left, and center. If you have decided to shut your ears, your eyes, close, so that you don't see the success the Biafran government is making, it is up to you. We are not begging you. Remain blind until when we get to Biafra. You wake up and you say things. The truth today is that the only man that is standing out in Biafran land, that the Biafran people believe in, that the Biafran people have genuinely on their own given mandate, is the Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa, of the Biafran government, to restore Biafra, to guide and protect and secure the land. And remember, the primary responsibility of every government in this world is to protect life and property of its own people. That is exactly what the Biafran government will continue to do until Biafra is completely set free. So when you hear the Liberation Army of Biafra taking action, they are doing what they are supposed to do. Today we know there are so many blackmails and propaganda flying right, left, and center. You see, we have won, and the beautiful thing about the restoration of Biafra today is that you are being warned before the action comes. In every time they will start their propaganda, warning comes before that. There have been series of warning right, left, and center. But because some of us refuse to pay attention, we refuse to listen. We fall victim of the blackmail and propaganda. But I still tell you, if you allow yourself to be deceived at this point in time, it is your business. Whatever you choose to believe at this point in time, it's your business. Go ahead and believe whatever you want to believe, and I bet you it will not stop the restoration of independence of Biafra. Wherever you are, I want you to prepare yourself, put your heart and mind together, and know where we are. We are preparing for the last move. The convention is coming up November, December. Every arrangement is made and nothing will stop it. And for those of you who are not yet in touch or following up, I want to play a short script that have to explain about the convention and how prepared the Biafrans are before we proceed on a very short break. Let us have a short commercial on that. Welcome back, Biafrans. I appreciate every one of you that is standing by. If you have not yet shared this program, please kindly share. You know, in our programs, we have restrictions. The social media is not our friend. They hold us back They try to stop us from spreading our gospel, but no matter how they try, we will not fall into their gimmicks. We will continue to preach the gospel. It is your responsibility to support and make sure that this message is going to the ends of the world. Yesterday, as we all can see, our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa, the Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of Biafra, had a town hall meeting with Biafrans in Canada. It was amazing. The Canada visit was amazing and a very big blow to the enemies. It was a very big blow to the enemies. And as you know, they know that that is coming. After they have tried to blackmail our Prime Minister through our sister who is there, who we delivered, who the government of Biafra stood with when she had a problem. The government of Biafra rose up and stood shoulder to shoulder with her and promised to support her until the end of it all, up to this minute. They went and began to enter into the issue to try to blackmail Mazi Simon Ekpa, the Prime Minister. They tried to go and poison the mind of our beloved sister. But to the glory of Chukwu Okike, she knows whom they are. They were not able to get her, and they got mad. They took their conviction and the outrage and began to look for how to wipe away their evil act. As always, every time they are trying to create an image to the people that are looking up to them that something is happening. But the genuine Biafrans that still have their common sense intact, none of us is listening to them. There is no sensible Biafran today that is listening to them. No Biafra is paying attention to what those idiots are saying. The outing yesterday was amazing. And our beloved sister, Amaka, attended the program. She was there on that program of the visit of our Prime Minister in Canada. And their shame cannot be controlled. Once again, the Biafran government is always winning. The worst thing you can do is your life is to fight your God. To fight your God, that is the worst thing you can do. There's an adage in Igbo language that says, Onye buru Jews or also. The mandate of Biafra is not the mandate of man. It is not the mandate, it's the mandate of Chukwu Okike. He gave the mandate and appointed people to go ahead and fulfill that mandate. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is one of the chosen persons, and today Mazi Simon Ekpa is leading another group to the fulfillment of that very mandate of Chukwu Okike. Anytime you rise against those people fighting for that mandate, you are fighting against Chukwu Okike, and I bet you will never remain the same. In every of my program, I try as much as possible to be focused, not to talk about some idiots, not to mention them or promote some animalistic human beings who claim to be knowledgeable, but they are not. Some people that have an empty brain, but they will come to showcase themselves as if they know something in their head. But of course, we know that these are people who have sold their soul to the devil. Every one of us saw what is happening on the social media. It is sad that someone of that nature has been destroyed to the extent that she has lost every respect that a human being has. It is very clear that her conscience is dead. It is very, very clear that her conscience is dead. For that woman to still have the God to come online and speak, he speaks loud and he cannot shame the shameless. And she had just unleashed the dragon upon herself once again. The only reason why she still have the God to stand is because the Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa, is holding on. Our Prime Minister has so much respect for our Supreme Leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And he has maintained that there are certain things we must not talk about. There are limits to the areas we will go. That is why we are still keeping silent on certain issues. But sometimes When we are pushed to the wall, we have no choice than to speak. Every single one of us knows how Mazen Nnamdi Kanu was kidnapped. For those who did not know, you should just go and ask questions or make verifications and be quiet. The mystery surrounding the kidnapping of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu for 8 good days without anybody talking about it is not a mystery that is unsolved. If Mazen Nnamdi Kanu had somebody who had him at heart as a husband, if Mazen Nnamdi Kanu had somebody who had him at heart as a brother, there is no way Mazen Nnamdi Kanu will be missing for 8 days without somebody raising a alarm. If Mazen Nnamdi Kanu had an institution like the Biafran government standing with him, there is no way Mazen Nnamdi Kanu will be silent for 24 hours without raising an alarm. It is impossible. Just like as we have our Prime Minister Mazi Simon Ekpa. And Mazi Simon Ekpa, we all know his actions. He tweets every minute of the day. And you watch for good 24 hours, you did not hear from Mazi Simon Ekpa. And you keep silent. It is not going to happen. It is so sad that these idiots who have sold Mazen Nnamdi Kanu because of their own selfish interest, because of their own selfish desire, because of their own envy, arrogance, and pride, they sold Mazen Nnamdi Kanu out. Because of the personal hatred they had, because Mazen Nnamdi Kanu was fighting for a collective interest, while they are interested on personal interests. Our Supreme Leader Mazen Nnamdi Kanu made it clear that Biafra is bigger than every one of us. It doesn't matter what you call yourself. Biafra is bigger than every single one of us, ranging from Mazen Nnamdi Kanu to the least person. Biafra is bigger than every one of us. I didn't say it. The Prime Minister, the Supreme Leader Mazen Nnamdi Kanu said it himself. The Supreme Leader Mazen Nnamdi Kanu said it himself that Biafra is bigger than him. And in the era of our Prime Minister Mazi Simon Ekpa, he has said it several times that it is Biafra first. In everything you are doing, put Biafra first. Whatever project you have that does not include Biafra, count me out. Count the Biafrans out. The only reason why we are still standing with Mazen Nnamdi Kanu unshaken is that he is standing on his word. Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, by his own word, said that any day he wakes up and stop asking for Biafra, let Chukwu Okikabiyama take away his life. He didn't say, he said any day he came out and began to think, contemplate leaving Biafra, that Chukwu Okikabiyama should take his life. He also went ahead to say that any day he stands up to speak and say he doesn't want Biafra anymore, the next person near him should do the needful. I didn't say it, he said it by himself. And Mazen Nnamdi Kanu have remained consistent in that word. Even in the face of the enemy, he has fearlessly demanded for the restoration of independence of Biafra. And that is what is angering some people. More especially members of his family. Up to this minute, they are blaming Mazen Nnamdi Kanu for the death of his parents. Up to today, the family of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is angry at him for allowing his parents to be sacrificed because of Biafra. Every one of us know what caused the death of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. It was the attack of Nigerian government in the home of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. The military attack, military invasion in the home of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, that was what led to the death of his parents, his mother, and his father. They were buried on the same day. Up to this minute, his brothers, his wife, they have not forgiven Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. And that is why they are ready to do anything they can to take him out. Mazen Nandekano himself has said it even beforehand, that he will sacrifice everything sacrificable to make sure that Biafra becomes a reality, including his own life. In fact, at a point in time, he told Biafra to begin to pray that they take him out of the way so that Biafra can come faster. All these informations are there for you to digest, but yet, some idiotic people prefer to listen to lies, blackmail, and propaganda. Do not be confused when you hear people who are coming out today to attack Mazi Simon Ekpa, claiming they love Mazi Nandekano and they hate Mazi Simon Ekpa. That is the highest hypocrisy in Biafra struggle. The highest hypocrisy in Biafran struggle. How you will know those who are not ready for freedom? How you know the agents of the zoo? How you know those who sold Mazi Nandekano is when you see them come to speak. They tell you that Mazi Simon Ekpa is not fighting for Biafra. Mazi Simon Ekpa is working for the Nigerian government. Mazi Simon Ekpa is not in line with Mazi Nandekano. When you hear such statements, you don't need to be told that these people are agents of the zoo who are being paid to do their own job. And they are doing it very well. But I promise every single one of them, as you have sworn and say you will not be alive to see Biafra, you will not. As you have taken it upon yourself that you will not be alive to see Biafra, I say amen to your prayer. It will happen to you according to your heart desire. The Biafran we are talking about is fast coming. And every single one of you that is standing on the way is going to go down. It doesn't matter who you are. It doesn't matter under which disguise you are. You will go down. The Prime Minister of Biafra, Republic of Zamazisa, already announced about the internal war that you are forcing him to go into. Today, that internal war has been activated. And every one of you that is standing against Biafra, beware. It is going to haunt you everywhere you are. There is no place to hide. Wherever you hide yourself, you'll be hunted down. The restoration of the independent state of Biafra is unstoppable. The more you make those moves to stop it, the more you increase the speed of the coming of Biafra. And I bet you, Biafra is already here. Only that you are blind and you can't see it. Even those you are working for know very well that Biafra has come. Nigerian government know very well that they can't stop the coming of Biafra. They know very, very well. And today, they can see the result. Biafran government is doing everything humanly possible. Not illegally, legally, everything legally. We have not followed any means that is illegal. The restoration of Biafra is done legally, following the procedures that other people have followed. Even following, making it much more legal and more solid than others have done. Biafran government had the mandate of the people. And there is nothing you can do about that. For the Biafran people that are still paying attention to the idiots that are speaking on different platforms, to the Delilahs that are speaking, the Afonjas that are speaking, it's left for you to believe what you want to believe. The beautiful thing about this restoration of Biafra is that every single thing you need to know is in the public. If you choose not to pay attention and listen, that is your business. Everything you need to know about the restoration of independence of Biafra, all the facts are out there for you. So there is no point for me coming here to try to convince you or to try to preach to you. No. I always say it, there is no preaching that we're going to say today that Mazi Nandekano has made. All we are doing is a reminder. There is no information you need that you cannot get from the Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa, the Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of Biafra. He doesn't do anything in secret. Go to his Twitter page. Go to his X platform. Just go there. Type Simon Ekpa. You will see video evidence in respect to everything that has to do with Biafra. The warning has been given to the Zoological Republic government and their military to vacate Biafra land, and they call it a joke. There is no more time to beg anybody. No more time to ask anybody to do this or that. We are at that time that we have waited for a very long time. And as we speak, it is forward ever and backward never. It does not matter what you think, how you feel, or what you feel inside you. Your feeling doesn't count this time around. Whatever thing you are bringing on the table, if you do not add the interest of Biafra in it, we are not part of it. We are not seeking for resource control. We are not seeking for presidency. We are not seeking for any post in the Zoological Republic of Nigeria. What we are asking for is total and absolute independence of the Biafran people. Through a referendum. And since you have refused to conduct that referendum, we have done it by ourselves. And the result is flowing in. After the final declaration of the restoration of independence, after the final declaration of the result during the convention that is coming up, after that, the declaration of the restoration of independence of Biafra will be made. And we will defend our territory in all fronts. The defense of Biafra land have even started already as we speak. The defense of Biafra land is going on as we speak. If you turn a blind eye to it, that is your business. But you are going to see it clearly by the time we get to December 2nd. You will see it clearly. But for those of us who are Biafrans, it is important that you prepare yourself for what is coming. That is why it is necessary that we speak. Prepare yourself. Get yourself prepared for what is coming, because it is heavy. The rain that is gathering is going to fall, definitely. The rain is going to fall. It doesn't matter how you feel about it, that rain is going to fall. And as many as are not prepared, the rain is going to beat you mercilessly. It will. Today, after warning the Zoological Republic terrorists in Biafran territory, some of them have stubbornly remained there. Go and check, go and verify today in the hospitals, specialist hospital in Imo State, in Abia State, Anambra State. Go there. The majority of people you are going to see there in emergency are military men. What are they doing? We warned them, they refused. Those of them who were able to escape with wounds, they are littered everywhere in the hospital, and more are going down. Already, Biafran military have already sent a signal through the man that they released, the Ududua man that was captured and later released, as a warning to every other person. And he spoke. And thank God, the leader of the Odua group, Sunday Igboho, recognized the gesture of the Liberation Army of Biafra through our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa. We saw it on audio. I played it. That is how an army should operate. The Liberation Army of Biafra has a rule of engagement. We don't go against civilians. We do not go against civilians. As long as you're bearing arms in Biafran territory, you will definitely go down. And remember, we don't take prisoners. We do not have prison to keep anybody. We do not have food to feed anybody. We don't have prison to keep any terrorists in uniform and off uniform. Once you have been cited, we are going to send you to God to go and give account. The Ududua man who was released is lucky. Other people might not be as lucky as he is. His own case is a message to everyone in uniform, not only Ojukwu people. Even if you are a Biafran and you are serving in the Zoological Republic government, in their military, you will go down. We are not going to spare anybody. You are going to go down. It doesn't matter your tribe. It does not matter your religion. As long as you are representing the enemies in Biafran territory, you will go down. Don't say you are not one. In every single thing that is done in the restoration of Biafra, nobody is being taken unaware. Informations are given before action is taken. The only thing is that some people think is a joke. I'm sorry for you. That's baby face of the Prime Minister is deceiving you. And some of you are so ignorant and so docile that you can't even make a verification and inquiries about the personality of the Prime Minister. Take your time and look at him very well. Take your time and make inquiries about his personality and what he has done. Take your time and look through and see how far the Biafran government is going and the path they are taking. You will understand that the man you are dealing with is not a fish to fry with small firewood. It does not matter how you feel or what you think. The fact remains today that if you are from the Zoological Republic, the earlier you accept the fact that the Biafrans have exited Nigeria, the better for you. It is no longer a debate. It's not an issue of debate. It's the question of time. When is it going to complete? The question on board today is when is it finally going to complete? The ceremonial thing is going to happen. But as for exit, Biafrans have already exited. We have exited. And the zoo has ended. You can continue to pretend as if all is well. But I will assure you that the truth of today will continue to stare you at your face. And I want you to hear this from our Prime Minister. The truth that you cannot run away from. Hear it directly from our Prime Minister, Master Simon.
Right. For those of you who do not understand what we are doing, we are fighting for our freedom. And I believe that everyone in this life and in this world, wherever where you are, the country where you reside in, have a history. Now, I want every one of us here today and those who will listen to this particular speech to note one very important fact. Nigeria state came into being through conquest. This is a fact that nobody can change. Nigeria came into existence through conquest. And the forceful imposition of foreign rule, which denied the indigenous people in Niger area the opportunity to negotiate and choose what they wanted. That is the problem. We have lived with this foreign rule and this forceful union for decades, over 100 years. That is the problem. Now, I want everyone listening to me today to also understand that after this forceful union of Nigeria, called the amalgamation, successive regime, both before and after the shambolic independence, continue to hold the state together in a similarly forceful manner, the same pattern and the methodology that the conquest and invasion and the colonizers came in with. They thought by the forceful and the barrels of the gun, they will continue to kill people for the unity of Nigeria. That also is the problem today. So, this impression that they are creating
that the country must remain as crafted from the amalgamation by the colonialists, and that this country called Nigeria unity is non-negotiable. That is also the problem. We have lived from centuries to century, and today we are in the era of 21st century. We are now in a global village where the things of the past and the things of the old are changing to become new. And they don't want to change Nigeria with the dangerous diversity that have now emanated from different angles and the different injustices and corruption, and now Nigeria has found itself to become an Islamic state. That is the problem. However, the state...
You have heard it clearly. The Prime Minister have listed the problem of the Zoological Republic. Every single thing he mentioned there are the problems. And these problems cannot be solved until you end the contraption called Nigeria. There is no amount of prayer, no amount of meeting, no amount of restructure will solve this problem, except you destroy this old foundation. Everyone should go back to where they started from. Lay a new foundation. Every region should be on their own and grow at their own space, in their own speed. There is no way you can force people of different ideology together and expect them to strive. It's not going to happen. There will continue to be a clash of interest in the zoo. The loss of life will continue. The terrorism and kidnap will continue until you end the Zoological Republic. You cannot put people that have different value systems together and expect that place to be conducive for human beings. The people in the northern part of Nigeria have different value systems with the people in the south. It doesn't end there. The people in Oduduwa land and people in Biafra land have the same different value system. The people in the middle belt and people in the north has different value system. And countries are built based on people that have the same value system and ideology. There is no way a country can strive if they have different value system and ideology. That is not a country. You are only trying to create chaos. It is a time bomb that is bound to explode. And go and check every country that has been disintegrated. It is because of this value system. When you put people who don't have the same value system together, they are bound to go their separate ways. Why are you stopping Nigeria from disintegrating? I am asking the Western countries like the British, why are you starting on the way of Biafra from exiting? The reason why Pakistan moved away from India is because of value system. They do not have the same value system. And today, India is their own, Pakistan is their own. Most of them today are growing at their own speed, in their own space, pursuing to be a world power. And they are doing very well. Value system matters a lot. Singapore separated from Malaysia because of value system. Russia successfully broke into pieces. The former USSR broke into pieces because of value system. Which one are you going to count? Why is it that the case of Africa is different? The case of Africa is the way it is because we have a bunch of idiots who are focused on supporting what is not obtainable because of their own personal and selfish interests. But I bet you, in the case of Nigeria, the game is over. And Biafra will mark the beginning of the resurrection of the true Africans. Biafra will mark the resurrection of the true African spirit. Remember the word of our Prime Minister. In Biafra, Africa died. And in Biafra, Africa will resurrect. It doesn't matter what you think about us. It does not matter how you feel about us anymore. we are focusing on what matters. And what is that thing that matters? Biafra first. Today we are following every legal procedure to create a country that belongs to the people and for the people, created by the people. It doesn't matter how you feel. As for those idiots that are pushing propaganda right, left, and center, we have said it time and time again that today we are under a government. The government of Biafra, under the Commander-in-Chief, Mazi Simon Ekpa, the Prime Minister and Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of Biafra, Simon Ekpa Njoko, is in charge of the Biafran government. And the Biafran government today is in charge of Biafran territory, with 40 states under his command. The maps are there. Within these 40 states, more than 50 million people have voted for the government of Biafra under Mazi Simon Ekpa, the Prime Minister. If you feel that the self-referendum is not done well, come up with your own and we will supervise it. Let's see what you're going to get. But as you all know, the world does not operate according to your sentiment. The world operates based on facts on the ground. And today we are providing facts. They have told so many lies in the past that people believe. Today they are no longer believing lies. For those who are still busy projecting IPOB, if you are still busy being a baby boy, it is up to you. But I must tell you that the IPOB of Mazi Nandekam is no longer a boy. We are no longer operating as an organization. Today, what we have is Biafra government. That IPOB Mazi Nandekam talked about is indestructible today, have today become Biafra government. So if you're operating any name, under any name, IPOB, you are a pressure group of the government. You are a pressure group of Nigerian government. That is why we call them IPOB Nigeria. These are a bunch of clowns who doesn't know when to stop and when to move. And their own duty and operation is to continue to project the agenda of the zoo. These are the people that are making sure that Mazi Nandekam remain in captivity. Anyone that stands to talk about IPOB, representing IPOB, trying to use IPOB to denigrate Mazi Simon Ekpa or to challenge Mazi Simon Ekpa, that person is a total agent. Not because I said it, from what they are doing. And there is a tweet that we saw going online that someone said, Mazi Simon Ekpa is fighting against Nigerian government to free Biafra. You that said that you are looking for Biafra, you are fighting against Mazi Simon Ekpa, who then is fighting for freedom. Every Biafra should apply his or her common sense. You said you want freedom, and the freedom has to come from the Zoological Republic, Nigeria, to free yourself. You see somebody who is fighting that slave master, somebody who is bent on destroying the grip of that slave master. You are not happy with it. You are fighting that person. Instead of fighting the slave master, you are fighting them. For the past 3 years, every of your power and attention is focused on him. Each time you come online, he is your topic. Let the Biafran judge who then is fighting for your freedom. The Prime Minister of Biafra Republic, when you go to their media, he is the topic. You go to their media, everything they talk is about him. They can't make a single statement without mentioning him. Asorok is standing still without blinking their eye because of Mazi Simon Ekpa. The House of Assembly is on fire because of Mazi Simon Ekpa. Their Senate is on fire because of Mazi Simon Ekpa. The governors cannot be in their states because of Mazi Simon Ekpa. And yet, there you are. Your own duty is to continue to fight Mazi Simon Ekpa, talk against him, denigrate him, call him names, and you come back and tell Biafrans you are fighting for them. Let the Biafrans judge who is that is fighting for them. Between these idiots and our Prime Minister, Mazi Samuel, I want to sound this very clear. Every one of us should know that Biafra is bigger than anybody. It doesn't matter who you are. Biafra is bigger than every single person, every single one of us as Biafrans. It doesn't matter who you, including Mazen Nandekan himself. He said it himself that Biafra is bigger than every one of us. If you wake up today and say you are no longer interested in fighting Biafra, goodbye. We will continue. Even if tomorrow Mazen Nandekan comes out and say he's not interested in Biafra anymore, good luck. Of course, I know that is not going to happen because Mazen Nandekan has kept his word. Mazen Nandekan has not flinched. He has never at any point in time shown a sign of what the idiots are saying. They have pushed him on several occasions to speak against the Prime Minister. He has refused to do so. They have even included that in his condition for bail. He refused to speak against Mazi Simon because he knows what is want. And that is why we respect him a lot. Our respect will continue to be for him. We will continue to respect Mazen Nandekan no matter what happens. The battle for the restoration of Biafra is stage by stage. Wazirike did his own part and he left. Mazen Nandekan has done what he has to do and he's still there. And we appreciate him. He has not given up. If tomorrow Mazen Nandekan says is enough, he cannot continue. The battle will continue. For some of you who think that there is something that will happen tomorrow and Mazi Simon will stop fighting for Biafra, it's not going to happen. Even if Mazi Simon says he is no longer interested, somebody who is much formidable than him will emerge before his own knowledge. There are many Mazen Nandekanos hiding under the background. There are many Mazi Simon more deadlier people than him that are there, waiting for their own opportunity to do the needful. Today, those of you that prayed for the kidnap of Mazen Nandekan, those of you who paid money, who participated, who contributed money, who planned the kidnap of Mazen Nandekan, you're all regretting your life. Some of you are regretting. Just like Judas, some of them even wish to return the money back, but there's no way. That is why it is said, woe unto him through whom the Son of Man will be betrayed. Because it will be better that you are not born. It will be better that a stone is put in your neck and thrown into the sea. Today, so many of them are regretting. That is why they are falling deeper into destruction. That is why you see they can't control themselves anymore. These people have been destroyed. That their life is irredeemable. There is nothing you can do to redeem them. Including those who claim to be wives, those who claim to be brothers, who participated in the kidnap of Mazen Nandekan, who were active participants in the kidnap of Mazen Nandekan. They can't control themselves. No matter how they can't control their wickedness anymore. Until death do them part. They have chosen their part, and I wish them well. The Biafran people cannot be cowed. The restoration of Biafra is something that belongs to every one of us. It is not a family issue. It is not a husband and wife issue. It is not a child and son issue. It is a matter of every single Biafran. We are equal stakeholders in this battle. And every one of us have the same right as every other person. When Chukwu Okikama picks you out of all the Biafrans, we don't care who your family is. We don't care who your wife or your children is. We work with you as an individual. We work with you as an individual. And whenever you step out of line, that is it. You are gone, you are gone. You are gone, you are gone. Everyone have a role to play. It is better after playing your role, gently and quietly walk away. The reason Wazirike got massive attack from Biafrans was that instead of him stepping out when his time have expired, instead of him staying away, he began to attack Mazen Nandeka. That was what destroyed Wazirike completely. Chukwu Okikabema used Wazirike at a point in time. Chukwu Okikabema used him to keep the struggle alive. But after he was captured by the zoo, through the capture of all his commanders, when he surrendered to the zoo, instead of him keeping silent and allow the next person that has the mantle to carry it, he began to work for the zoo. He began to focus on finance. That was where he got it wrong, and that was where the Biafrans came upon him. That was what destroyed him today, that he's not equal to anything. And Mazen Nandeka never attacked him until he began to stand on the way of the restoration of Biafra. So in the same manner, anybody that rises up tomorrow to stand on the way of the Biafra that we are seeing already, it doesn't matter who you are. Every single Biafra will come against you and you will lose all the respect that you have. It doesn't matter who you are. Biafrans, our leaders, earn their respect. You don't command the respect from the Biafran. That is the greatest mistake you can make. The greatest mistake you can do in life is to say you want to command the respect from Biafran people. You are mad. You only end up destroying yourself. You earn it by your action, by your deed, by your words. That was how Mazen Nandi can earn the respect he has today. And today we can see that our Prime Minister Mazen is earning the respect from Biafran people, doing every single thing he has to do to see that Biafra is restored. Doing everything he has to do sincerely and genuinely. And I bet you the sky is just the beginning for him. And every Biafra is standing beside him, making sure that every single thing he's doing is appreciated. And I bet you we are going to support him with everything we have. As long as Mazi Simon Ekpa stands and makes a speech today, with the level he is today, every Biafran will fall behind him. The 50 million votes that you have seen is not a joke. It is not to entertain you. It is not to clown around. It is a fact that you have to accept, whether you like it or not. Before we come to the end of this program, let us go and see what we have on the Twitter space of our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa. Let us see the updates we have on his Twitter page. There are a lot of updates there. Let us go and see what we have. I guess we have to start from here. This one says, still on Biafran government. Still on Biafran government delegation to Jerusalem prayer breakfast in New York. The Biafran government delegations. They are part of Jerusalem prayer breakfast in New York. All this is for awareness creating. The Biafran Republic Government in Exile delegation to the Jerusalem prayer breakfast in New York. Pharmacy Diana U. Ume, Honorable Love Akubundo, Pastor Benjamin Jonathan, and Dr. Bryson Oke Oma met with a Holocaust survivor, Sami Stigman, and discussed Biafra exit from Nigeria. That is how we roll. It is not just by talking. Actions are being taken on the ground, on different places, meeting people that matters across the world to discuss the issue of Biafra. And I bet you, when we speak about the declaration of the restoration of Biafra, come this very December 2nd, It is not just saying it and go to sleep. We say it and go to work. The next picture we have there that was posted is the issue of those of our brothers who were being arrested, not because they committed any crime, not because they did anything wrong. The only reason these people you are seeing their picture there were arrested was because you can see if what written on the title of the message said, "Please, my people of Biafra, we must show care and love to these men from Iguacha. They have been in Port Harcourt prison since 20 January 2017 Trump rally. Please beg on you Biafrans. These are people who were detained. Biafrans who were detained since 2017 because they were celebrating the emergence of Trump when Trump won his election. That is the only crime they have committed. So many of them have died. Up to this moment, they are still in prison since 2017. Not because they committed a crime, because they were celebrating the coming of Donald Trump as a president in Nigeria, in the US. Because they were celebrating that, that is why they are still in detention. And our Prime Minister wrote, he said, on May 20, 2017, these innocent Biafrans were thrown into prison for celebrating Donald Trump's victory. Many of them were killed. And nobody knows the whereabouts of these men till today. The atrocities of Nigerian terrorist states against Biafrans are much. But under this Biafran government, we march Nigeria head on. That is the word of the Prime Minister. All these informations are very important because when we are talking about the exit of Biafra from Nigeria, some people don't know what we are going through and what we have seen. Simply because people we are celebrating the victory of a president far somewhere else, Donald Trump. Everybody have the right to choose who he wants to support. The Biafran people chose to support Donald Trump. And when these people who chose to support Donald Trump were celebrating, they were all arrested, many shot dead. Up to today, they are still in detention. Since 2017, not because they committed a crime, simply because they were celebrating the winning of a president far there in the US. And as we speak, discussions are also going on their own social media. This very program you are watching, I was watching it before I come online, but I'm going to do a program on this today. I'm going to do a program on this evening, when I'm going to do the evening program on Biafra Exodus Hardtop TV. I'm going to do a program on this very program. I will do an illustration on it. And I will reveal so many things. This very gathering revealed a lot of things. It revealed a lot of things. And so many questions were asked. And I thank God, I really appreciate our Prime Minister who said we shouldn't be attacking all these media networks. Some of these media networks, some of them are now coming up to at least bring a positive discussion. They come now to speak word the way they are, not being politically correct. This platform, more especially, is one of those that has people that can be able to come out and speak truth. I'm going to do a program on this later in the day, in the evening. When I'm going to come back on the evening program, I will have a program then. So the next thing we have online there is the reports that is going to say, Army seeks urgent international mediation in Biafran crisis. EPA, etc. Dangote exposes NNPC fuel price lies. This is the kind of title you see in the Zoom. But they will still come and pretend that nothing is happening. Some will still come and tell you, oh, Mazi Simon is working for the government. Look at the crash. This is the army crying. Army seeks urgent international mediation in Biafran crisis. Why are you wasting time? Our Prime Minister is so good and so kind and lenient. He kept the door open. He has told you, go and consult Finland government to mediate between you and Biafra. As simple as that. What are you waiting for? Consult Finland government to mediate between you and Christ. Not coming online to talk about it. What international mediation are you looking for? What international mediation are you looking for? The option has been to you, go All you are talking about is how to kidnap Master Simon, whatever. A mission you know that cannot happen as long as Chukwuka lives. You can't succeed on that. But that is what you got to project. Go and meet Finland government to mediate between you and the Biafra. Army 6 urgent mediation, Biafra crisis, ever. That is the title in their media. But I bet you, it cannot change anything. My fellow Biafrans, wherever you are today as a Biafran, I urge you in the name of Chukwuka, do not get distracted. Do not get distracted. Every one of us should not get distracted. We should be focused on the deal of today. And I want to bring to your knowledge another information. This information I'm about to share with you now is very important. And it's going to be important for every single Biafrans. Whenever you go out and you see some idiots talking about our Master Simon ever, trying to compare the government of Biafra and IPOB, or trying to drag us into IPOB bullshit, we are not in it. Our Prime Minister has said it time and time again. Where we are standing is on Biafra government. We are no longer operating as an organization. Today, what we have that is speaking on behalf of Biafra, both internationally, locally, and all ramifications, is the Biafran government. The pressure group, IPOB Nigeria, is not speaking for the Biafran people. And there is nothing called ESN anywhere anymore. What we have today is the Liberation Army of Biafra. And we have spoken in the open, taken responsibility for the actions of the Liberation Army of Biafra. You have seen them online and offline. You have seen the operations of the Liberation Army. You have seen the launching of the Liberation Army. But yet, they continue to deny this fact. They are so scared to speak about it. But I bet you, the time is drawing very near when they will no longer run away from this fact. I want you to hear this fact from our Prime Minister, Mazi. He wants to make the record straight. This is setting the record straight directly from our Prime Minister, Mazi. You can cut it out and share in all your platforms. You can cut it out and show to your friends who are trying to mix up the Biafra government with Mazi. There's nothing connecting them. Nothing connecting them. Just like they tried to say IPOB did this, nothing connecting them. Mazi can establish the IPOB, and they have destroyed it, they hijacked it and handed it over the government. We have confessions how they handed the IPOB to the Nigerian government. It is not hidden. They handed it over. Willingly handed it over to the politicians. So it is no longer there. The one that Mazi Simon was able to salvage, he transformed them into a government. Today, what we have is the government of Biafra. Get that information. Very important. Hear it directly from our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon, before we end this program.
They are also avoiding mentioning Biafra government. They continue to write IPOB. We have made it very clear, and let me also use this opportunity to say it as it is for people, for them, because they continue to use IPOB. We are not IPOB as an organization. We are government of Biafra in exile and the Biafra de facto government in the homeland. We are not IPOB as an organization. IPOB is indigenous people of Biafra, and this government represents indigenous people of Biafra as a nation and as a people, not as organization. And that should be made very, very clear in case they were not understanding. So not when we do something under this government, do not attach IPOB as an organization to it. I want to send this particular message to be very, very clear to the Nigerian state today, so that they should be addressing whatever we are doing properly to the Biafra government, not attaching IPOB to it. IPOB is a registered organization, and we have moved from there to a government, and that's where we are today. So stop linking us to an organization called IPOB, which is a Nigeria political pressure group. And today, they are no longer relevant in Biafra struggle, because you have used them for many years to kill our people, use them as sacrifice, only to put for a particular political interest. That particular time has ended. And if the Biafra agitation was a joke, we have made it a reality. It is no longer a joke. Under my leadership, it is not a joke. Thank you very much, everyone. God bless you.
Thank you. Thank you, PM. Yeah, please, I don't know.
You have heard from our Prime Minister, Master Simon Ekpa. Now you can differentiate the IPOB Nigeria with the government of Biafra. These are two different entities altogether. Do not hold us responsible for whatever the IPOB Nigeria are doing. This is a pressure group that is working under Nigeria government. But for Biafran government, the government of Biafra takes responsibility for every single thing that's being done. And it is not done in secret. Everything the government of Biafra is doing is in the open. You can see them. You can see it. Only when you decide to close your eyes, it will seem as if it's not happening. But it is happening on a daily basis. You must pay attention to see these things with your own eyes. My fellow Biafrans, prepare yourself. Prepare yourself. Those of us who want to be part of the convention, prepare. The convention is fast coming. Let us have a very short commercial again on the convention before we leave. Thank you so much for joining us on this very program. Everyone that has connected, wherever you are connecting from, remember the sit at home in Biafra land is ongoing. The lockdown is still going on. Please be security cautious any place you are in Biafra territory. Wherever you find yourself in Biafra territory, be security cautious. Do not be careless with your movements. Stay away from all the barracks in Biafra land. Stay away from the checkpoints. Stay away from all the government ministries. You never know when it's going to happen. Remember, the Liberation Army of Biafra will visit. Nobody knows when it's going to happen. Don't put yourself in harm's way. Support the Liberation Army the best way you can. The links are there for you to give your support. Follow up on the IOU loan. You can go and make donation through the IOU loan. The least you can submit or donate or contribute in that IOU loan, the least investment you can make there is $1,000. For every investment you make in the IOU loan, you will have 100% interest and other benefits when Biafra comes. Play your own part. If you want to have a one-on-one meeting with our Prime Minister because you have a donation, there is a room for that. All you need to do is to go to the site. Go to the Biafran site. Once you go there, you can make your application, and I bet you will be responded to. All you need to do is to go to biafrarepublic.gov.org. Once you go there, you are going to see the link for you to cast your vote, make your application for meeting, and also apply for your ID card and all the rest of them. Try to get acquainted with what is happening. Wherever you live in Biafran land, wherever you live across the world, any place you find yourself, make sure that you are getting yourself acquainted with the Biafran government. Join the liaison office in your area. Make sure you are known. Begin to participate. Connect yourself to the Biafran government in any way you can. Make sure you are not left behind. Because as it stands today, only Biafran government will speak on your behalf. If you are genuinely a Biafran, every Biafran across the world, wherever you live, wherever you are, only the Biafran government can speak for you. Don't take that for granted. All you have to do is to do your own part. Take responsibility. Do your own part. Make your contributions. And I bet you, at the end of the day, you'll be glad you did. My fellow Biafrans, may Chukwu Okike guide and protect every one of us that has participated on this program. May Chukwu Okike guide and protect our Liberation Army, the resistance fighters, the strike force. Everyone, the Black Marine, may Chukwu Okike guide and protect them. May Chukwu Okike guide and protect the de facto government in the homeland. May Chukwu Okike guide and protect all our media warriors and speakers on different platforms. May Chukwu Okakabiyama guide and protect the Biafran government members of the cabinet. May Chukwu Okakabiyama guide and protect our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa, the Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of Biafra. We pray for his divine protection. We pray for his security and safety. We pray for wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. No evil shall befall him. Every trap they set for him, it will catch them. Every hole they dig for him, they will fall into it. We pray for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu for divine health, for divine strength, for divine healing. We pray that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will join us very, very soon. No weapon formed or fashioned against the Biafran people shall prosper. No weapon formed or fashioned against our Prime Minister Mazi Simon Ekpa shall prosper. No weapon formed or fashioned against our Supreme Mazi Nnamdi Kanu shall prosper. Thank you so much for being part of this program. I appreciate you, and I will see you again, hopefully in the evening or tomorrow. Thank you and stay safe. Biafran government, peace, progress, unity, and equity. I thank you so much for being part of this program. Please do not walk away. Pay attention and do your own part, and I bet you will gladly.
Biafra Republic!